One has the power. Charles and Camilla push the button on London's new electricity superhighway, and look startled when a 90s club classic blasts out. After a late night celebrating 10 years of the British Asian Trust, Prince Charles and the Duchess of Cornwall carried on a busy week of royal engagements as they headed to North London to officially open the London Power Tunnels project in Tottenham this morning. The royal couple were left startled after being invited to press a large, red button to launch London's new electricity superhighway, but didn't anticipate the blast of music that came with it. 90s club classic I've Got the Power by Snap blasted out, leaving the VIP guests looking slightly perplexed. Charles, 69, and Camilla, 70, were greeted by scores of schoolchildren on the Seven Sisters Road in Tottenham as they toured the site of the new electricity superhighway, and then announced it officially open. Donning a hard hat emblazoned with the words National Grid, and a bright orange high-vis jacket, the prince looked in good spirits, in spite of the late night, as he went on a subterranean tour of the facility. The £1 billion scheme has taken 7 years to complete, but has come in under time and under budget. It will supply 20% of the capital's growing electricity needs using 125 miles of high-voltage cabling. On arrival, Charles descended 104 feet underground down 16 flights of steps. There is no lift. To learn more about the work, Camilla, who cheered up a freezing London morning in a high-visibility red coat of her own, was shown around a substation above ground, where an access shaft allows for a view into the tunnels below. The Duchess of Cornwall has a dislike of confined spaces. Asked whether she had been tempted to join her husband, the 70-year-old Duchess laughed and said, "No, I was not." But she did cautiously take a peek down the shaft and wave to her husband. The Duchess of Cornwall's warm winter coat had stylish black Celtic knot detail at the buttons, and she matched the look with a pair of black leather gloves and a pair of suede knee-high boots, also in black. Charles, who is fascinated by engineering, listened raptly as he was told about how 2 digging machines had worked night and day on the scheme since 2011 and how, stretched out, the new cables would run the length of the M25. "I'm full of admiration for you," he told Lee Ingram of Contractors Costain. The 69-year-old heir to the throne impressively didn't break a sweat as he walked back up to the surface, where he was reunited with his wife to tour the substation and meet staff, stakeholders and local community members. The couple then officially opened the Power Tunnels project in that rather unusual music-laden ceremony. Charles and Camilla also met school children who have visited National Grid's Education Center, set up to encourage young people to learn more about STEM, science, technology, engineering and mathematics, subjects. The prince has a long-standing interest in helping more young people into STEM subjects, and was introduced to some of the 8,000 pupils from schools across London who visited the centre over the last 5 years, which was run and staffed by engineers working on the project. This new National Grid project is the most significant addition to London's electricity system since the 1960s. The tunnels, run from Hackney in the east to Willesden in the west, and from Kensal Green to Wimbledon in the south. John Pettigrew, National Grid's chief executive, said, "We are delighted to have been able to show the Prince of Wales how this £1 billion project has enabled us to rewire London to make sure the capital and those living in it have the electricity they need to rise to the challenges of the 21st century." Greg Clark, Business and Energy Secretary, added, "The £1 billion London Power Tunnels is exactly the type of investment and innovative infrastructure project that the government wants to encourage through our modern industrial strategy. This important infrastructure will help increase productivity by cutting the number of roadworks needed for maintenance, as well as powering London with the safe and reliable electricity supplies it needs for the future." It's been a busy few days for the royals, with the pair hosting the British Asian Trust's 10-year anniversary bash at Buckingham Palace last night. Charles, who founded the British Asian Trust in 2007, hosted some 200 guests to celebrate the Trust's 10th anniversary. The Trust works to combat poverty in South Asia. And tonight, Camilla will attend a reception for the organization Women in Journalism, WIJ, at a hotel in East London. It grew out of a demand for women to be more effectively represented at a senior level in newspapers and magazines, and has since evolved into a forum for women in journalism at all levels.